What is up? Welcome back to Under the Rim. I am your host, Rob Fox, joined as always by Dan Regester. We're here to talk some college basketball because the NFL is almost over, and this is college basketball's like 1 month, 1.5 months to shine.
A bit late.
What, us?
It's Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the show's Friday. Yeah.
The show's just kind of rotating whenever we can fit it in.
Whenever we can shove it in. But you know
I didn't even get a golf show in this week.
You didn't, because didn't they change the schedule?
It was Wednesday. Started Wednesday. But we're riding Taylor Montgomery, T4 right now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm happy for you.
This is dropping Friday afternoon. Yeah.
That it?
That's it, really.
Any more golf shit you want to wedge into here?
No, I'm saying this basketball show drops Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Drops today.
We are putting a timestamp on it.
Yeah.
For us, whether or not we're timely with shit or whether or not things have already happened.
Well, I didn't pick any games for tonight.
That's good.
But they're not.
I didn't even look at the doc. Like we said, I'm freeballing.
Yeah, you're freeballing it today. Well, that's fine. We do have some news to talk about before we get into, making some picks or whatever. Just some topics, some important stuff.
First, all right, can I rank whether or not they're worthy to be mentioned?
Sure.
Like, of importance, 0 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, first topic.
A Clemson basketball player's nutsack exploded.
It's like a 3. Is that going to hurt their chances of winning the ACC?
I don't know. So here's it. So this is real. Brevin Galloway, he's their starting shooting guard, averaging 10, 2, and 2 on the season. Just scored 14 against Georgia Tech.
Right.
Not a lot of depth for Clemson at the 2.
No, but how long is he out?
I don't know.
Exploded testicles? Is that on the report?
He just literally announced this on Twitter last night. I actually have the video. I'm just going to lo-fi play it for you here into the microphone.
Okay.
He announced this situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not the proper way to do it. Don't know what you're doing. Here, we'll add it in post.
All right, well, I'll play it for you now. I'll play it for you now.
Okay.
So this morning I went to lift. I came back. I took a nap. I woke up from my nap. My balls and my nutsack were exploded.
What?
Now, I go to the doctor. I have surgery 3 hours later. My balls are reduced to the normal size. I don't know what happened to my balls. I guess they were trying to be like basketballs. But we made it.
Then he takes a drink of a soda.
Now I'm going to be spoiled for the next 48 hours. And I will be back in a uniform shortly.
This doesn't sound real.
Go Tigers.
He's high as fuck. He just got out of surgery.
His balls exploded?
Yeah.
From what?
You lift, you tell me.
He said he was asleep.
He said he was lifting, then took a nap after lifting.
Oh.
And then woke up, and his balls had exploded.
I was doing legs yesterday, actually, and there was a time where my nuts were kind of like on leg press. If I did another rep, it felt like it was going to maybe push out, so I stopped.
What, your small intestine's going to drop into your fucking scrotum?
Well, it was cold, so, balls go a little closer to the body. You don't want to push too hard.
Is that what happened? Was it
I
a
have
little
no
chilly?
idea, man. I've never heard of somebody's balls exploding while they were asleep.
Now, you said before the show, you were like, I can't have a drink because I'm letting my muscles relax.
Recover. Yeah, because they're broken down. When you lift, they break down.
But he was doing the same thing, right? He took a nap afterwards. He's letting his muscles recover. Do you think his muscles over-recovered and filled out into his scrotum?
Was he doing, like, scrotum? I don't know. Was he lifting with his scrotum?
I don't know. I don't know what the Clemson strength coach is telling these kids to do.
It just sounds like maybe he was clapping some cheeks.
You think I think a lot of sports injuries are low-key from sex.
It's a sex injury.
There was a thing a while back where it's like, I was reading it was on Deadspin on a mailbag like a million years ago, and someone had gotten hurt, and the official reason listed was slipping in the shower. And someone wrote in, they're like, I am an uncoordinated piece of shit. I am not athletic. I'm not anything. I have never once slipped and fallen in the shower. And then
unless there's somebody else in the shower.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No, this is a sex injury.
You think this is a sex injury?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's like HPV.
No.
Just a real bad.
Maybe the girl got a little too aggressive with some ball play.
Ooh, what if she was, or it was like she was on top and just smashed him. Somehow they got
a big girl.
Yeah, somehow they got maybe up on his thigh. He's got some danglers.
I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing more like balls in mouth. Very unwelcome, by the way, because ball play is just
All ball play is
whatever.
bad.
It's not. I've never enjoyed ball play.
I bet that was like a thing in high school and college. Girls would be like, I heard like guys like that get their balls worked, and I was like, no.
What was the thing with the jacuzzi where they put it in like water and they like with a straw?
Oh yeah. There's a guy in high school who it was like confirmed that he did this. Like one girl was sucking his dick and the other one was sucking on his balls, and I was like, that's a good flex. Like that's cool to say that happened to you.
But like I'm not even enjoying the dick sucking because the balls are a little sensitive.
You're too scared of what's going to happen to the balls.
Mm-hmm. So maybe this girl put the balls in the mouth went a little too hard. Maybe didn't eat before, munched in.
Reflexes took over. Natural instinct took over.
Maybe. I'm just asking questions, Rob.
We have nothing but questions for Mr. Galloway.
I don't think he went to sleep, balls exploded. That doesn't check out.
It's not passing your test.
No, but how do you come back from that?
He said he was going to be cool in like 48 hours, although, again, he was high as fuck in this video. Like, this is like a post-wisdom teeth.
I've had buddies, like, lose a nut or cut open their sack on a fence, like jumping a fence.
Okay.
Running
like a
from
chain
the cops and everything, yeah.
How? It went through their shorts and still cut open their scrotum?
Yeah.
Shorts, underwear, and then still rip through the scrotum?
You're kind of in a hurry, trying to get away from the popo.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never happened to me that I can say.
Yeah, well,
I don't actually even know
your parents
anyone.
are lawyers, so they would just...
I don't have to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like that scene from Lethal Weapon 2 where I just like, diplomatic immunity, but no one shoots me. And I just go home.
Man, who is that? Is that Mel Gibson?
No, it's like the South African like guy.
Okay.
He's like committing all these crimes, but he has diplomatic immunity because Lethal Weapon 2 didn't understand what diplomatic immunity meant. Like you can't just be an ambassador, come to America and like...
You kind of can.
Do a school shooting or something and then be like, it's fine.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, you still go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I actually never wanted to get caught because I would rather get in trouble with the law than...
Well, if it's only 48 hours though, according to him, again, that's a 3 out of 10. Not super important. Will it lower his T? Will he be as effective
now?
on the
That's
court?
another question. Could this have been a T spike?
Too much T.
Too much T.
I don't think that can happen.
You don't think so? His fucking nuts are working on overdrive.
Yeah, but when you're on steroids and you have a shit ton of T,
No, I mean he's just like masculine as fuck.
your balls they shrivel.
I know, but I'm saying he's just a specimen.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I think it's sex.
Okay, it's a sex accident.
Claiming
Sex
a
injury.
BJ gone wrong.
Ball play gone wrong.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Tough look for Mr. Galloway. I hope he hears.
Hopefully Clemson can recover.
I hope he hears about this at every road game. This man should not be taking a single free throw for the rest of the year.
Depends where you're at. ACC country, you would expect that.
I mean, yeah.
Like you go to Duke, you go to North Carolina, the fans better know.
Yeah. You know who's not in the ACC anymore, though, who would have just ripped him apart for this? It's Maryland. He's lucky.
Yeah.
He's lucky he's missing Maryland because those kids are pieces of shit.
Just because they stole your pizza. Though,
No, they're famously pieces of shit as basketball fans.
All right, so Rob got his pizza stolen by Maryland fans when he went to was it College Park?
Yeah. Gorgeous campus.
And
One of the.
He's never let it go.
I'll never let it go. It was that, and the president of DG, like fake flirted with me, found out my name, and then just put her and all her friends' drinks on my credit card.
Sounds like you had a great time.
Did I?
Was it your card or was it the company card?
It was mine.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was mine.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Didn't you get invited out there too by like a remote writer?
He took us out to the bars, but that was for a.
How old were you then?
28.
Okay, you kind of deserve to have the president of DG put all of the sororities drinks on your card.
That's fine.
As a 28-year-old.
I was just out, checking out the bar scene. I wasn't even hitting on her. Like, I was just talking to her. She brought it up. And, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I would have, but I wasn't.
Right.
But would have. Oh, no, this was...
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I was 28.
You were 35.
Yeah. This was 2 weeks ago. Fucking bitch. I was at a dad's weekend. I was a dad. And
You just start going to random dad weekends.
Yeah.
But no, I have kids. So
well, think about it. If I show up to a dad's weekend and people look at me and I'm like, I tell people I'm a dad, they're going to be like, holy shit, you look incredible.
Yeah, right? You're 55?
Yeah. And they love daddies, right? Nobody wants to fuck a 36-year-old.
Well, you're timeless. You've looked the same for
Aw.
15 years now.
Aw.
But that's saying you looked old as shit for like 25.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What? It's outrageous.
But you look young for, I don't even know how old you are now.
36.
Yeah, you look great for 36.
Soon to be 37. I appreciate it.
You haven't aged.
I'll take it, I guess. I don't know. I'm like that point where the sack of milk can't curdle anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like it's curdled out.
You're whey protein at this point.
Next up, Creighton.
Creighton's back.
They're good. They're real fucking
What
good.
are they, 12 in Ken Pom now?
11, I think.
Yeah,
they're really highly ranked in Ken Pom.
Look, they went through like a 7-game losing streak, but they were all quality losses.
Home loss to Nebraska. I guess that's
whatever.
a rivalry game.
Yeah. But I believe Cockburner was out.
Yeah,
for like
maybe.
that whole stretch.
Most of their losses are fine.
They're
Losing
like
to,
one of the best starting 5, probably in the country, but they're not. They have like no depth.
right, which I feel like is a typical Creighton thing.
Yeah.
You never hear about them having a deep bench. You always hear about they just have like another senior class, which they don't this year. But you know, it's like it's guys that have like been there forever. They're veterans or something, but there's only 5 of them.
They're good, but they're not good enough to warrant. I mean, McDermott's still there, right? Remember, any other coach probably gets, or any other.
McDermott is still on the plantation.
Yeah, he's still on the plantation. So like, any other coach probably gets canned for that.
Right.
But you're at Creighton, you can survive that.
The players didn't even want him fired.
No.
And honestly, like, how riled up is Nebraska Twitter gonna get?
Not at all.
Right. Over the state of Nebraska. Like, really, they're not gonna.
But they win out. Maybe they win the Big East tournament, or not? Yeah, Big East tournament.
They're not gonna win the Big East, I would imagine.
Oh,
They're 12-8, but most of their losses are out of conference.
What is their ceiling? I guess if they just kind of win out, 4 seed. 5
If they
seed?
won out and won their conference tournament, I could see them being a 4 seed.
Yeah,
For sure.
they're back on track.
I mean, yeah. And look, like they lost to Arizona, Texas,
Yep.
Marquette,
Yep.
UConn, Xavier. None of those are bad.
All when those teams were good.
Yeah. Nebraska, BYU, and Arizona State all in a row. That's a pretty rough stretch of losing.
Listen, everyone this year is going through like rough patches.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they beat Arkansas. They beat Providence. They don't have a lot of good wins. They beat Arkansas. They beat Providence. And then they've lost to every other good team they've played.
Just wait.
But yeah, so Creighton, they handed out a helpful sort of flyer to their fans, specifically their sort of like student section, but
Sure.
like the actual what's it called at UCF? At Mizzou, it's the Zoo Crew.
Oh, like the Nightmare.
Oh man, I think it get worse than Zoo Crew, but
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
let's talk for a second about this before we get into this thing.
And if you want to talk about just what is the UCF basketball student section called? Empty.
You should call it the Black Hole.
We're not a basketball school.
You should call it the Black Hole because then it works if it's empty. Right?
Like my entire tenure at UCF, I went to 2 basketball games.
Wasn't Michael Jordan's kid there at the time?
Yeah.
You didn't bother?
2 games.
Wait, wasn't Taco Fall there or no? Was that after?
That was after.
Okay.
Dude, Taco was way after.
You got to go for Taco.
Well, duh.
Would you have gone to more games if Taco Fall
If Taco Fall was there when I was in college, yes, I would have
so
went
just
to.
his ent ass moving around.
And just the most cruel thing imaginable. Taco Fall, all he ever dreamed of was being an astronaut.
I know.
He's too tall.
Never getting in that shuttle.
Nope.
What if he just like gets in one of like Elon or Bezos's shuttles and then it crashes because he's too big?
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Too heavy.
They just have to put a bubble in the roof, and his head just sticks out of it like the Jetsons.
Or it's kind of like the cartel. They would kind of stack the planes full of cocaine, and they would
Dump whatever they needed to dump.
dump whatever you got to dump, but you didn't want to be too heavy or else you couldn't get off the runway
Right.
before you hit the trees, like in Tom Cruise in American Made.
Or Aaliyah in real life. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't coke. That was just luggage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the weight of being married
the
to R.
weight of
Kelly.
being 7'6" or whatever the fuck Taco Fall is.
I wonder how much he weighs. Probably not that much because he's so fucking skinny.
I think he's like a top 50 tallest man on the planet.
Yeah, he is, for sure. 100%. He weighs 300 pounds.
And he's a stick.
But he wears it. Wears it well. Because he's 7'6". Fucking nuts. Okay, but here's what I was going to say.
That would suck. Like, I know he's kind of in the league now. Kinda. Like, he's, a bench player.
If you grow to
or he's like a G leaguer, but
he only gets to live 50 years.
Yeah, your life expectancy is not going to be that great. Everything's inconvenient.
Everything.
Going on a plane, terrible. Going in a car, terrible. Mm-hmm. Going anywhere.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Everyone's staring at you constantly.
You're a freak.
Yeah.
Trying to date somebody, like, best case scenario, you find a girl that's 6'5", and
then
still
she's
have a
a
foot on her.
midget to you. Yeah. Like you find a WNBA, like a non-lesbian WNBA player who's
which is
huge.
hard enough, yeah.
Right. And then you have to date her, and even she's still like tiny to you.
Because if you date somebody that's 5'2", you're gonna break her.
If you're 7'6" and you date someone that's 5'2", you're low key a pedophile. I don't care how old she is.
She's 55.
It's just too big of a height difference. You can't do it. It's just a child. That's a child at that point to you.
Your dating pool is small.
It's the only thing small about your life. Well, that and your lifespan.
Also, what if you just had like a normal dick?
Oh, that'd be a bummer.
That'd be
because it would look tiny.
It would look tiny, like because
Yeah.
it wouldn't be proportional to his body.
No, well, obviously. But if it is proportional to his body, that then creates further complications because there's only so many women.
That's a forearm, yeah.
Only so many women who would want to take that.
Yeah.
So many women who could take that.
Yeah.
My wife turned down a Dallas Cowboys player.
Just because of that,
It
yeah.
was too big.
I know somebody that hooked up with Solomon Hill, and she was just like, that ain't happening.
Yeah. My wife told me that story, and I was like, how'd you think that would make me feel? That I have a Goldilocks penis at best. Yeah.
But, some things are too big.
They are. It's true. It's true.
And Taco Fall is one of those people.
He is. So what I wanted, we went way off course there, but that's fine. What I wanted to talk about before we get into this Creighton thing. So you had the Knights whole,
I don't know.
whatever with the zoo crew.
It's been 10 years. I haven't been really back.
One thing I've noticed with those when they, it's not maybe that way with like the big schools like Duke, Kansas, stuff like that. But for most schools, it seems like, and I noticed this when I watched the Mizzou version of it, it seems like they went to the dorms and like a cult, they found the most lonely, vulnerable people with nothing else to do and roped them into joining that. Because when they pan across...
Okay, so it's like after orientation, freshman year, like all the RAs invite you to some type of like meetup.
Yeah.
They just took that meetup to go to the basketball game.
But like the zoo crew, it's like they just come around the dorm, or any student group like that does for the basketball cheering, just comes around the dorm, and they're like, hey, do you have any activities? And the kids are like, no. Like, hey, do you want to meet people? And they're like, okay.
It's all the kids that can't get fake IDs. All the kids
can't
that
get
aren't
fakes,
invited.
can't get into a house.
Yeah.
Like aren't athletic enough to like play, like find friends through like playing an intramural sport.
It's the boner brigade.
It is completely, dude. They pan across it, and I'm just like, oh my god, get off them, get the camera off them. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my
This is a
god.
representation of your school.
Yeah, it's
least-
the main one they show.
I'd rather my seats be empty.
Kinda. That's what it seems like, though. It seems like this predatory, like cult-like thing where they find the weakest kids and they like trick them into signing up.
It's a Ponzi scheme, really. But they're free tickets.
Right. What does the top of the pyramid get out of this?
Nothing.
I guess seats filled.
Yeah.
And like, these kids they can yell, right? So they can be loud when the crowd needs to be loud, but like they can't yell. They're not good. They're not going to be good at fucking.
They can't chirp.
Yeah, they can't chirp at all. They're afraid to
the mic
chirp.
will pick it up and it'll just be something lame.
Hey, stupid. Then Kansas wins by 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you're Mizzou.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think that is the case for many student sections. And this, based on...
It's just, especially during the regular season, middle of the week game, it's hard, even as a student, to care.
Oh, yeah. Unless your team is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, because if you're...
But for schools like us, like,
yeah, I mean, look, I didn't go to a lot of games.
Very rarely do we make the tournament.
Right. I didn't go to a lot of games when we weren't good. The year that we made the Elite Eight was my last year in college. I was at every conference home game for that because that was fun.
And the further removed from college that I am, it's almost a decade now, I just, it's hard for me to care about my teams.
Are you losing the grip?
A little bit, yeah.
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 I'm
a little bit more realistic, at least.
Yeah. I was the same way with the Braves this year because they had won the World Series, and I've been waiting my whole life to see the World Series as not a small child.
Right. And as a guy who saw his football team win a national championship, it's like, you can't really top that.
Right, yeah. You can't really top your weird AI national championship.
Coley Matrix, yeah.
Yeah. The AI crowned you national champion. You're the Chat GPT national champion.
That's good enough for me. If it's good enough for BuzzFeed, it's good enough for me.
Fair enough. So the Blue Crew, which is Creighton City, handed out a flyer with helpful tips, like
on like the rules of basketball.
No, on things to chant and when.
Oh,
so when a Creighton player dribbles up the court, they chant, "Jays fly together."
All right, but let's scrap this story already. I don't want to talk about this.
You don't want to talk about it?
I'm already feeling secondhand embarrassment.
Well, let's keep going. When Creighton shoots free throws, in all caps, make the shooter know we support him.
What?
In case the Creighton free throw shooter was not aware that the home crowd supported him.
Yeah, you do that by being dead quiet.
Dead ass quiet. The last thing you want to do is be cheering while your dude's... He knows you support him with the silence.
Noise is for the opposition.
Right.
Yeah.
Signs help. Remember, a three-pointer is worth 3 points.
Math.
Yes.
I mean, you're in college. It is helpful, I guess. What is Creighton? Are they like an engineering school? What are they?
They're a Jesuit school. It's a Catholic school.
What is that? What do you go to Creighton
What is Creighton good for?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Absolutely nothing?
If it's a Jesuit Catholic school, my guess would be leaning towards the arts or journalism, something like that.
Ugh.
English.
Okay, so maybe they need help with math.
Yeah, they probably need help with the math. Cheer when Creighton takes the floor for at least 10 seconds.
So it's like a sitcom that's recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Basically, yeah.
Or just like a Jed Bush speech.
Please clap. Yeah, it's pretty cringe. And this is, by the way, this is Creighton, right? This isn't like...
They're in the tournament every year.
Yeah, they know. These people should know this.
They're a basketball school.
They are literally a basketball school.
They don't have a football
This isn't like Alabama, like
Do they?
fans...
Are they like D2 football?
Who, Creighton?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They might have football, but
Like
it's certainly not D1, yeah.
Probably not.
But yeah, I thought that was a fun little flyer that they handed out to their kids. And again, with the weirdos that they drag out of the dorms for the actual official student crews, maybe they needed it.
Yeah. The Big East is down bad right now. Especially, I mean, you have Georgetown finally snapped their 29-game losing streak in the Big East.
Yeah.
You can't beat Patrick Ewing 30 straight times.
No one can. That's, man. Big
win against DePaul.
They really don't want to fire him, but they really have to fire him.
How do you fire like the guy that is your school?
I know. The guy that basically made him and the coach. What was the coach's name?
Thompson.
Yeah, and his kid had a good run there too with Hibbert, I guess. But yeah, man, it's pretty bad. I mean, the Big East has a lot of teams in the top 30 for Ken Pom, and a couple ranked teams as well, I think. So it's not the worst, but it's not what you want out of Big East. What I do like about the Big East though is that Marquette is fucking legit. I love Marquette.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's Shaka. I mean, Shaka at a smaller school usually works.
I know.
That's the formula.
Got the number one offense in the country.
Yeah.
They fucking crush.
Is he going to get hired by Wisconsin eventually?
He shouldn't go anywhere.
You think he's great at Marquette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay there. First off, Marquette is a basketball school.
It is.
This is Dwayne Wade's alma mater. They're good. That's a good basketball school.
Was that Marquette or was that Tom Crean?
It's Crean. That's all Crean.
It's all Crean, baby. Kidding. As Georgia has shown us, Tom Crean is not a very good coach at this point.
No, but you got to, I mean, he basically got, wait, he had a good team after Dwayne Wade. Was it the other dudes, were they on that same team? He had a couple dudes hitting threes and shit.
He was terrible at Indiana, and he was terrible at Georgia, and then clearly Georgia's pretty solid this year, at least much better than they were under Tom Crean.
Yeah, with Mike White.
Yeah.
They got a lot of wins, had a soft schedule, but you should, when you have a new coach, if you can, make that schedule real soft, real Charmin soft.
But yeah, back to our point. I don't know how you fire Patrick Ewing. Who's the guy that fires Patrick Ewing?
Right.
Mutombo?
Let's bring him in.
Mutombo's on the board at Georgetown. I don't know. Is he he just goes up and he goes, no.
Yeah, I think you have Mutombo do it. I think that's the only way Ewing can keep his dignity.
You bring in Allen Iverson?
Oh, yeah. The only dude better than Ewing from Georgetown.
He wasn't better. He wasn't better than Ewing. I mean, I'm a Philly guy. And
you like Ewing better?
At Georgetown?
At Georgetown, yeah. I mean, just better basketball player.
Yeah. I mean, AI, MVP, but, he's...
Drug a team to the finals. So did Ewing, though. And then got worked in the final.
We did.
Man, they're very similar.
Hey, we won the first game. We'll always have game one against the Lakers.
Yeah, I think Ewing did better against the Rockets. All right,
Ewing. Also, that team doesn't get a lot of credit. They're always Allen Iverson and a bunch of bums. We had Mutombo, Defensive Player of the Year. We had Sixth Man of the Year, Aaron McKee. And we had Larry Brown, the Coach of the Year.
Yeah, your coach was great. AI was great. I don't know if Mutombo is the second player you name. It's not ideal.
Eric Snow.
You definitely want Mutombo on your prime Mutombo on your team, but I don't know that you want him as the second best player on your team.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what? You're right. Allen Iverson, greatest player of all time.
Next up, do you have any faith in FAU yet?
No.
They just won their 19th straight game.
Cool.
They're deep as fuck.
Who'd they beat?
Let's see. Hold on. First, Ken Pom, I think, has them in the top 20.
Dumb. Well, I guess it's better than College of Charleston.
No, I'm sorry. They're 34th.
I respect them more than College of Charleston.
Okay. They're 28th in the country in three-point percentage. They are deep as fuck. They're running out.
How are they deep as fuck?
What?
Who are they running out? And who are they playing? Who'd they just beat?
Dude, they're a mid-major. They're in the Conference USA. Who cares who they beat? They're
It
deep.
kind of matters. What are you going to rank them as a seed-wise?
Oh, double digit for sure.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, double digit.
College of Charleston's going to have one loss all year, and they better be a fucking 15 or something.
And honestly, if I was FAU, you can't probably get above the 8-9 line.
Yeah,
Right?
but they're currently ranked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the AP has them ranked, and they're going to be a double digit in the tournament.
There's no way they would play up to a 5.
They shouldn't.
There's no way they can beat.
But the AP is a joke. That's what I'm saying. This is dumb.
That's fine.
This is all stupid.
I will say this: if I was FAU and they're going to make the tournament, and I end up in the tournament on the 8-9 line, I'd be fucking furious.
If you're FAU,
Yeah, I would rather be lower. I'd rather be a 12 seed. If I was FAU,
they're going to end up being a 10,
that's fine too. 10-7 seed's fine.
and they're going to get worked
By the 7,
by a 7 seed North Carolina.
probably. No, man, I like this team a lot. They got depth.
Actually, maybe a 7 seed UConn at this point.
Yeah, UConn's
They're falling off.
Kind of slipping.
I know.
Kind of slipping just a little bit.
They had a great second half against Xavier. Still lost, but they scored 55 against Xavier in the second half.
Couldn't climb back. Mm-hmm. That'll happen. Does UConn make the tournament regardless, though?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not.
They'd have to lose the next 6.
They'll have to lose out to not make the tournament.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm buying FAU. I think they're going to win a game in the tournament.
Okay.
They seem like they are. I like their defense. I like that they don't give up assists ever. They're impossible to score on inside the arc. I like them. They're an interesting team to me. Like there's some stuff they don't do well. Like they don't get blocks, I guess. But
I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't watched a single FAU game.
I'm just looking at the stats.
I'm just a hater.
I know you are. You hate why? Because are they a threat to UCF somehow?
No, not really.
Okay.
Boca Raton. I've never met anybody that actually went to FAU. Everyone that said they went to FAU didn't go to FAU.
That feels like I think I've taught this before or made this analogy before, but it's like in the 90s there was like this scam where you would apply, like a school would be like, you should apply to us, send us this money, and like you got in, now send us a little more money, and it was like a fake like beach school. Mm-hmm. It was like Florida Atlantic University or shit like that.
Yeah, like a Florida Atlantic.
It's like a fake beach school essentially.
But they're not even like they're a real school, obviously, but they're not even like one of those sketchy for-profit institutions like Grand Canyon.
It's just a dinky state school.
Yeah.
How's the campus?
Never been.
Really?
Boca's old, man.
I know.
I don't hang out in Boca.
That's where Joe went to live.
Joe?
Nolet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Boca.
I mean, everything closes at 8. Play shuffleboard.
Oh,
I went to Boca once with my family, and it sucked. Because literally there was nothing to do.
It's not where you want to settle down?
No.
Raise your grandchildren?
No.
All right.
There was signs for Florida Panthers, and I'm like, if I get mauled by a Florida Panther here, it would be the most exciting thing that happens.
That's objectively exciting anywhere.
Yeah, because there's only 100 of them left, I think.
I mean, just a mauling death in general is pretty exciting.
But to get mauled by one of the 100 last Florida Panthers on the planet.
Yeah.
That's special.
Be huge. You could be the last human ever they kill.
Easily.
Let me get on that.
All right. Start running in Boca.
I just saying, define your legacy.
Just be in the record books.
Yeah.
Last man ever
You'll be remembered forever
by a Florida Panther.
You'll have literally died, but they say, you don't truly die until everyone forgets your name. Mm-hmm. So you'll really live longer if you let a panther eat your fucking throat out. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'll move to Boca.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Late age though, like 60s, 70s.
I mean, you're going to move to Florida in like 5 years.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
But not Boca.
Boca eventually, but not yet.
Coco, baby.
Once all your friends move to Boca, you'll move to Boca when you're in your 60s, 70s. Last but not least, just real quick, I think we're sleeping on Baylor. I think Baylor's better than we thought.
They're fine. I mean, I don't think we discredited Baylor.
When I say we, I don't mean you and I in particular, but they just kind of we're a little under the radar this year. The Big 12's so good.
Big 12's stacked.
I know, but they just kind of were in the shuffle.
And they just beat each other up.
Right, I know, but they were just kind of one of the teams in the shuffle. After watching them against Kansas, man, the fucking length they have, they were disrupting every passing lane. They're athletic. Yeah, they're not mean. They're not mean like the last Baylor team.
Kansas slipping right now, though.
KU is slipping. They have real depth issues, but that was the other thing I was going to say. The other half.
No, they're not depth issues. They're care issues.
They're depth issues. They're not.
We talked about it. They play like an NBA team.
Yeah, but they're also not. They're not very deep. But here's why I don't think that's going to matter for the rest of the year in the Big 12. But what's going to be hilarious is they are going to slip. They're going to continue to slip a little bit. And people are going to be like, I don't know about Kansas. They seem kind of soft this year.
And they're just going to roll teams in the tournament.
Because they're going to get the tournament's going to be easier for them.
Yeah.
Even if they get to the Sweet 16 Elite 8, they're going to be like, oh my God.
Bring on FAU. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, this is so much easier than the Big 12. It's going to be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, no. Anybody in the Big... obviously, you get a few kind of bye games with Tech. Tech stinks. But mostly, every other... West Virginia's not great.
Yeah, but if you play on the road at West Virginia, it's tough.
That's still tough. Yeah, I mean, they're It's the best basketball conference in
Oh
the
my
nation.
God,
so.
it's insane. There's not even a close second.
Big Ten. But the Big Ten.
Close second?
Big Ten has no chance of winning a championship. We know this.
No, none of them will. If Purdue's your best team, you're fucked.
Well, we're writing Purdue off weekend 1, probably.
Yeah, second round loss.
Yeah. I do love that like Alabama struggled against Mississippi State. UConn's terrible now. But all these teams that we keep putting above Purdue, and we're just like, Purdue just keeps winning.
Yeah.
And they're the number 1 seed. Or they're the number 1 team in the country. And we're just like, nah, just
Give
Purdue,
it time.
Purdue's not the best team.
Yeah, no, just give it time. But yeah, Kansas is going to be like, as soon as they get to the actual NCAA tournament, they're going to be like, I can breathe again. My God.
And also, Bill Self is one of the few coaches in the country that has a national championship. So
Yeah.
he has 2.
January, February, Self.
Well, March and then
March.
Because the national championship's in April.
Well, he doesn't.
So Izzo, not an April guy.
No, he's not. Although
Not since 2001.
Self's lost in a lot of Final Fours and finals as well.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's basketball, baby.
It is. Real quick, before we get to this week's picks, where do we make our picks?
My bookie.
MyBookie.com. Go to MyBookie.com today. Use the promo code DrinkinBros, and you will get your deposit matched up to $1,000. What that means is, if you are a little bitch and you only put in $50, MyBookie will give you a free $50. Now, if you have testicles the size of Brevin Galloway, you'll put in $1,000, and MyBookie will match that at $1,000. You'll have $2,000 to play with. You win a bet without even fucking betting anything. You get an extra $1,000 to play with. So go to mybookie.com, check it out. That's where we make our bets. We love betting on college basketball, and we're not bad at it either. Not bad at it.
I have no idea. I haven't been keeping records. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week,
Yeah.
you went 5-4.
Yeah. All right.
I went 6-3.
Positive week.
Yeah, I went 6-3 last week. The week before that, you were 4-5 and I was 3-6. So I am 9-9.
I'm 500, baby.
We're both at 9-9 on the year. Could be worse.
Could be worse.
We're doing all right.
Break even.
And I like the way.
Although technically that's not breaking even. That's like everything's minus 110, minus 115. So, slightly down.
Slightly down, but could be worse. We're doing all right. We're getting our feet under us.
Yeah.
We're going to crush
We're
this
going to
week.
hit our stride.
Yeah, we're going to crush this week. This week, some really good games. You got the Big 12 SEC Challenge. That actually constitutes most of the good games this week. Big East kind of light on premier matchups. Same with the Pac-12. Not a lot of great Pac-12 games this week. So it's going to be an SEC Big 12 heavy
Okay.
slate. But we'll go through it. First up, probably the game of the week, even though one of these teams is a little down. Kansas going to Lexington at Kentucky, who is, I don't want to say back at all. I don't want to say that, but
Nor should you. No.
steadied themselves a bit.
Yeah.
Stopped the slide.
I mean,
Caught their breath.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Steady.
It could go terribly wrong
Right.
still.
Oh, it's easily could still. Yeah. Kentucky, though, a 1-point favorite at home against Kansas.
I'm going to say Kansas.
You taking KU
Yeah,
there?
I'm not buying Kentucky at all.
This one, it's so tough for me.
I can see Self getting Kansas back on track here and getting the boys up for the game.
Right.
Plus, Kentucky's worse at home.
I mean,
For whatever, because, obviously Calipari's got to deal with the fans. The fans are kind of over his shit. They want him to go. It's almost in a road environment at Kentucky.
is it? I don't know that they've lost. They've lost one home game this year to South Carolina. That was really bad.
It was a terrible loss.
That is a horrific loss. They then immediately followed that up with a road win at Tennessee, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is there. God, South Carolina is so bad. So fucking bad.
There's no reason you lose to South Carolina.
No.
Ever.
But they're on a
Is Frank Martin still there?
I think he is.
How did he
No,
go
he's not. It's Lamont Paris now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did he go to a Final Four?
The fact that South Carolina has a Final Four really
Grinds your gears?
gives me pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking insane. Everyone has a Final Four but Missouri.
And I just love that every South Carolina fan I know is like Boosh.
What, did they forget they have a basketball team?
They just forget they have sports.
They kind of do. They do get psycho like in the moment for football, but it dissipates quickly.
It's a very casual fan base.
Yeah. Because, there's no...
They're probably too fucked up to even notice they can go to the game.
They were quite shitty at all sports until...
The old ball coach got there.
Yeah, till Spurrier, basically. Maybe Lou Holtz, who was like kind of right before him. But like historically, South Carolina's a pretty bad program in football.
In everything.
Yeah.
Like maybe baseball's usually
probably
pretty
baseball's
good, right?
good, yeah. But so like South Carolina being a good program, it's kind of a new thing. In football, they're not a good program in basketball.
No. They had that blip year.
Yeah. So Kentucky's on a 4-game win streak. Kansas on a 3-game losing streak. However,
Something's got to give.
something.
Unstoppable force against an immovable object. Give me Kansas.
Man, I'm probably going to regret this, but it feels like this is the turnaround. I'll take Kentucky.
Oh, that's crazy. The Mizzou fan against Kansas.
Well, you can just keep giving me shit for the next game.
Are you going to type out Kansas with a lowercase k?
I already did. Just because I know it pisses you off.
It doesn't piss me off. It's just so dumb.
You get mad about it.
We disrespect Kansas in this house.
If you had a rival, you might understand.
I don't really. Yeah, we don't really have one.
There's nothing there.
South Florida, like
you're
not even going to be in our conference.
Your rivalry is relevance.
The war on I-4.
Yeah,
I guess Cincinnati now.
sure.
Will eventually.
Houston, maybe.
Nah, they fucking whooped our ass.
What, in basketball?
Yeah.
Of course they did. They're much better.
It was a 6-point game, first game, and then they came to UCF and they whooped that ass.
They were mad.
They also came off that loss to Temple, so it was a bounce back. Yeah.
Iowa State.
Is that it? Are we going to talk about that?
What?
Houston losing to Temple?
We can. I mean, it's...
Do you have any concern there?
No. What's the concern supposed to be? They might drop a seed or something like that, but they're just going to win a bunch of games in the tournament like they do every year.
Temple's not making the tournament.
I know. I'm saying Houston, though.
I know.
They can fucking fart in a game or two, shit their pants a couple times. It doesn't matter. They're going to get to the tournament, and whoever they play is not going to be used to them, and they're going to win like fucking 3 games in a row.
Temple did tweet out revenge, though.
For what?
The World Series.
Oh, sure. I'm sure all of Philadelphia feels better now.
Philly gets behind your Temple Owls, you know?
God, is that even? It's like the second or third most popular school in the city.
A lot of people go to Temple. They don't like to claim Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Cosby became a doctor?
Cosby, you have Cheney, of course.
Yeah. Didn't he do fucked up shit?
I mean, he choked coaches and stuff.
Okay. That's fine. That's Bob Knight shit. I don't care about that.
Trying to, like, fight guys.
If he's doing what Bob Knight did, I don't care. I can't rise. I don't care that Bob Knight did it, so I don't care that Cheney did it. And that's all.
I don't think he did anything shitty, though.
Okay.
Other than,
All right.
nothing sexual that I know of.
That's fine.
And every time I went to Temple, too, my car would get broken into.
I think that's just a you thing at this point.
It might be. But, like, I remember going to a Temple party in high school and going out to my car and, like, not even lying, like an 8-year-old just kind of shimmying into my car like a child.
What'd you do?
I just yelled at him and he went away.
Oh, God. It'd be funny if he shot you.
Just pulls out a Glock.
Yeah. It just puts 2 in the chest. And goes back to shimmying.
Yeah, it's a safe city.
Jesus Christ. Iowa State at Missouri. Iowa State -2. What do you think? I know what you think.
Where is it?
It's at Missouri.
You guys been slipping. Yeah, give me the Cyclones here.
Get the Clones?
Give me Iowa State on the road.
All right.
Getting it done.
Iowa State, what are they in Kemba? They're 14th in Kemba. They're really good.
Yeah, they are good.
Missouri getting 2 is pretty interesting to me. One thing, I do like about this matchup for Missouri is that Iowa State can't shoot free throws and they turn the ball over a shit ton, which is Missouri is not very good defensively, but the one thing they
Or
do,
at all, yes.
the one thing they do well is turn people over. So I'm taking Missouri. Crazy, I know. But you can talk shit on that all you want, but I told you to smash Alabama against
Picks
Missouri
against
last week.
Kansas, takes Missouri back to back.
Yeah. I know. I knew you'd like both those. Next up, we've got the Florida Gators at K-State. K-State, a 5-point favorite at home.
Manhattan's a tough place to go.
It's a brutal place
Little
to go.
Apple. Yeah, give me K-State.
I love K-State.
I
here.
don't. Florida's fine.
They're fine. I don't like them on the road in the Big 12 on a weekend.
Florida's also lost to FAU.
FAU's great. FAU's elite.
Elite?
Elite.
You have them in your Final Four?
I think, Elite 8. They're elite. I said they're elite.
They're not an Elite 8 team.
I kind of hope they are.
They're losing
Just to
round
watch
of
you rage
64.
at every week they win.
Hoot, hoot.
Next up, the one Big East game of the week that I like. Xavier traveling to Creighton. Creighton a 4-point favorite at home. I didn't really know how I felt about this game. Just it's evenly matched. Obviously Creighton's a home team, but
Sean Miller can't keep getting away with this. Give me Creighton. Creighton, big dub at home. They need some of these
Creighton
quality
by
wins.
4 at home.
Yeah, they need these quality wins. So
They do.
I mean, they're going to make the tournament, I think, regardless. But it'd be a nice little resume patter, beating Xavier.
Covering and beating.
Yeah, they'll beat. I mean, again, I told you, college basketball. You think a team's going to win, just pick them to cover.
Yeah. I'm taking Xavier to cover. I do think Creighton wins, but I like Xavier to cover 4. And I would honestly, I'm not going to for the sake of this, but if you do bet this game and it's still at 4 whenever you bet it, maybe buy a half point.
You don't have to buy anything.
Maybe buy a half point.
Don't buy-
I mean, you
don't
can
buy
push,
shit.
whatever. Next up, this game I find really fun. Arkansas at Baylor. Baylor -4.
Arkansas is still banged up.
Arkansas is going to be banged up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Trevin Brazel's out for the year. I think there's someone, BT Bates could tell us. Someone else is out for an extended period, if not the entire year as well. Their 3-point shooters are kind of not there. So they're still really good.
Yeah, but I'll still go Baylor.
Okay. I like Baylor too. I think Baylor at home, man, Baylor looks so fucking good against Kansas. Like, this is. I thought. I overestimated, I guess, how much Scott Drew needed rebuilding or how long or whatever. Like, that team's good now. That team is, like, really fucking good right now.
Are they a good team? Is he a good coach?
He's a great coach. He's got a natty, baby.
Does that natty count? Is that a bubble natty?
Fuck no. Also, he could have had 2. The only championship that's canceled the entire fucking time in COVID is the NCAA tournament. That Baylor team was just as good the year before.
No, that was Kansas's championship.
Oh, well, then I'm happy it was canceled.
Kansas could have. They should hang that banner.
Who finished the year ranked number 1?
I think it was Kansas.
Was it?
Yeah, Kansas was a wagon that year.
I would, that'd be funny if they hung that. I'd respect it. I hate them, but I'd respect it. Just declare it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys hung it for your Chat GPT championship.
Well, it's official, so it's in the record books.
Jesus Christ. Next up in the SEC Big 12 Challenge, Alabama at Oklahoma. Alabama an 8-point favorite.
Yeah. Bama just came off a struggle against Mississippi State. I think
On the road?
this is a bounce back spot. Yeah, I think at Mississippi State.
I'll double check.
They still won the game.
Yeah, right. No, it was a home game against Mississippi State. Kind of rough. I mean,
Kind of sleeping through it then.
they probably were sleeping through it, yeah.
Yeah, I think they bounce back here and kind of roll the
I think they
Sooners.
roll Oklahoma. I like OU's coach, whose name I always forget.
Porter Mosier.
Porter Mosier. I was about to say Parker Malloy. Well, it doesn't fucking matter.
Parker Malloy. That's
Yeah.
a better coach. But he's going to he would be maybe that's who fills in for Mike Bray
Yeah,
at Notre Dame.
yeah.
'Cause,
Bray's done after this year.
Yeah, he announced he's going to retire.
Which,
Well, maybe it was a little bit of a forced retirement.
yes.
I didn't realize they made the Sweet 16 last year, but they're terrible this year.
They're awful, yeah. They beat, Michigan State, but otherwise it's been a pretty dumpy year.
Yeah. I don't know. He's been fun. He's been there for 23 years.
Gone are the days of Luke Herringody.
Mike Bray has been there for 23 years.
I know.
That's insane.
He's been good. He's a good coach. He should be, if he's not already, he should be in the basketball Hall
Those
of
teams
Fame.
when I was in college were always fun. With was it Herringody?
Yeah, I just said that, Luke Herringody. Big doofy white guy.
Yeah.
2 points. 2 points.
He was unstoppable.
Yeah. He's just like, post, 2 points. Post, 2 points. Just a big doofy.
And then they just have a bunch of 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
That would make it rain.
That's what you do in the fucking ACC or whatever, Big East, whatever they're playing at the time. Yeah, I liked Bray's teams, but it's time to go.
Who replaces him?
I don't know. It's a great job.
Holtman? Once he gets fired by Ohio State?
I don't know if I would pursue that if I was.
What about homie from Penn State? Coach Penn State right now, I believe, has a bunch of Indiana ties.
Okay.
I can never remember his name. It's a very complicated name.
Penn State's not bad this year. Their
they're
record
good.
doesn't look good, but Micah Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury. That's
Yeah.
it.
They're like dead, maybe literally dead last, though, in offensive rebounding and how many free throws they shoot. Like, they got some really rough situation. That's bizarre.
But he has like a bunch of like pipelines in
Yeah.
Indiana, so that might be a good fit.
See, that wouldn't be bad. I got Bama, too. I think Bama fucking rolls OU. Next up, Texas at Tennessee. Tennessee's an 8-point favorite at home. It's a big line.
Tennessee?
At Tennessee. Do you think Tennessee beats Texas by double digits?
No. I think Texas keeps it close.
Okay. I don't know what to think of Texas now after the Beard situation.
What?
I don't know. Like, they still got the players. I guess they're still running the system. They had one of the best assistant pools in the country. They've only lost 3 games. But it's like...
Same team, man.
I don't know. Like, it's just... Yeah. Yeah. Tennessee... I want to see what they've done lately. Jesus Christ. They beat Georgia 70-41.
It is a revenge spot for Rick Barnes.
Always... Yeah.
Just trying to shove it in UT alumni faces.
Oh, it's even funnier now that their new dream coach is already gone and won't ever be as successful as Rick Barnes was. Give me Tennessee.
Who's the first program to hire Chris Beard?
Liberty.
Liberty?
It's got to be.
All right.
He's got to be calling Liberty tomorrow.
Or
Because
Auburn.
the dude at Liberty
He can go to Auburn once they get rid of Bruce Pearl.
Why are they going to get rid of Bruce Pearl?
I'm sure something will come up.
I mean, everything Bruce Pearl used to do is legal now, so.
Yeah.
What does Bruce Pearl have to worry about?
I don't know. I could see Bruce Pearl. Something happening off court.
All right. I mean, he could grab a titty or something.
I'm calling my shot.
He could do something weird with a female staffer. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Yeah.
He takes his shirt off too much to
All the time.
not get weird with people.
He's definitely shown his dick to somebody.
Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So I'm putting it out in the ether
Bruce
right now.
Pearl, the clock is ticking.
Your time's up, Bruce Pearl.
Next up, we have another Texas game. Baylor at Texas. Texas a 5-point favorite here. I like Baylor.
Against Baylor and you said Tech?
No, Baylor at Texas. It's another Texas game.
Oh, at Texas.
I like Baylor to cover 5. They might win this game outright.
No, give me Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. Back to back.
All right. And then to cap off the week, huge rivalry game. Kind of a brutal game because every game in the Big 12 is brutal. But a revenge spot as well. K-State going to Lawrence at Kansas. Kansas a 6-point favorite at home.
Kansas wins and covers.
Okay. I think they cover as well. I think they're fucking furious about losing that game in overtime. Certainly not going to let anyone beat them again. Or they're going to try very, very, very hard to not let anyone beat them at home again after TCU somehow ran them off the court in Allen Fieldhouse. So yeah, I like Kansas winning this game. You'll probably be sweating it until the last 5 minutes.
No, they're going to win by 20.
Kansas pulls away. I don't think they're going to win by 20. I'll take that alt line all day. That's all I got for today. For Dan Regester, I'm Rob Fox. We make our picks at mybookie.com. Check it out. Drinking Bros is the promo code that will get you double your deposit. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.